Okay, let's unpack this. You've flagged an article from MoveInStay.com, right? The site that's been helping expats and business travelers in Asia for, what, over 25 years now?
Yeah, that's them. A long track record, especially with accommodation. So this piece is their guide for anyone thinking about Ho Chi Minh City.
Gotcha. So the mission here is basically to get a solid handle on the essentials for living there, using their, long-term insights, cutting through the noise.
Exactly. And what's useful about Moving Stay is their angle, it's grounded in actually helping people move the practical stuff for a quarter century.
Right, it's not just theory.
It's based on what people really need on the ground.
Okay, so the article jumps right in. First impressions.
Yeah.
They call each CMC a wild ride, a bustling metropolis.
Full of vibrant culture, delicious food, and a unique lifestyle.
But they also give a heads up. It can be quite different, so keep an open mind. That seems key.
Absolutely. Managing expectations right off the bat. And they quickly point you towards districts 1, 2, and 7.
The main expat zones,
Yeah.
it sounds like. But because of jobs and housing?
Yeah, seems that way. Given Move-In Stay's focus, highlighting where the accommodation and jobs often cluster for expats makes a lot of sense as a starting point.
It's like a quick filter. Okay, huge city, maybe start looking here. Then they dive into understanding the local culture. Not just sightseeing, but daily life.
And this feels very much like advice born from experience. They don't just say culture's different. They talk specifics like the deep respect for family, ancestor worship.
Right, which provides context for a lot of social stuff, I imagine.
Definitely. And they get into the nitty-gritty customs. Tet, the Lunar New Year, huge deal, things close, big celebrations. Good to know beforehand.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to be caught off guard. And those little things, like using both hands for giving and receiving, especially with elders.
Small gestures, big impact, shows respect. Same with dressing modestly at temples, keeping quiet. Basic courtesy, but crucial.
And they mentioned saving face.
Yeah.
That's a big one in many Asian cultures, isn't it?
It really is. Their advice, avoid public confrontation. Don't criticize openly. That's vital for building good relationships. You don't want to accidentally cause offense.
No, definitely not. It's about reading the room, understanding those unspoken rules. They also mention etiquette being maybe a bit more formal.
Yeah, like a slight bow or nod to elders. And direct eye contact might be seen differently, maybe more reserved.
And less public displays of affection. Good cultural pointers.
These aren't your typical tourist guidebook tips, Move and Stay is thinking longer-term settlement here.
Okay, what about language? Their realistic English is around in tourist spots, but
But learning some basic Vietnamese is highly recommended
yeah,
and appreciated.
they give examples. Xin chào for hello, come in, thank you. Bao Nhu Tien, how much?
Toi Kong Hu, I don't understand, just the basics.
Yeah, they acknowledge the tones are tricky, but encourage the effort.
Which is good advice. Even a little goes a long way, showing you're trying. Makes the whole process smoother, something Move and Stay would have seen time and again.
It's like, give it a shot.
Oh.
Okay, so culture check. Now, where to live? They break down the popular districts.
Right, this is super practical. District 1, the heart, lively, convenient.
But noisy and expensive. The trade-off.
Exactly. Then District 2, Thaudian area, more relaxed, international schools, Western stuff, but further out.
Sounds like an expat bubble, maybe.
Could be, yeah. Then Binthan is mentioned as a mix local and modern, getting popular.
In District 3, kind of a middle ground.
Seems like it. Close to the center, but quieter than D1. Cool cafes, the Pink Church.
Okay, and District 7.
Quiet, family-friendly, wide streets. Saigon's Koreatown, they call it.
Interesting. And Phu Nuon for a more authentic local feel, but still convenient.
Yeah, that's the picture they paint. It's like a menu of lifestyles, really. Move and Stay clearly knows different expats want different
It
things.
helps you narrow it down. And the cost. They give rough rent guides.
Which is crucial for budgeting.
Yeah.
District 1, over £1,000 a month. District 2, £900 plus. Binthan, maybe £700.
District 3, around £600. Phu Nuon, and maybe 550 plus. They do say estimates, though.
Of course, markets change. But as a starting point from a company dealing in accommodation, pretty valuable baseline.
Then safety. Generally safe, they say, but watch out for petty crime.
Especially in crowded tourist spots, like Bouvienne. Standard big city advice, really.
They suggest Districts 2 and 7 are maybe seen as safer options, and definitely research specific areas.
Responsible advice. Safety can vary block by block sometimes. Makes sense. Moving and Stay emphasizes due diligence here.
Okay, so you've picked a district maybe? Now, finding the actual place. Types of housing.
Yeah, they list apartments common in those main expat districts. Service departments, too. Easier, often short-term.
Right, houses.
More space, maybe further out, potentially older.
Yeah.
And shared places, good for budget, meeting people.
Covers a range of needs. And negotiating rent. They have tips.
Standard but smart stuff. Research comps. Be polite but firm. Point out flaws, if any.
Offer a longer lease, maybe. Be ready to walk away.
All good tactics. And the big one. Get everything in writing. Lease, deposit, terms. Take photos before moving in.
Absolutely vital. Seems Move and Stay really understands the potential pitfalls there.
Definitely protect yourself. For finding places, they list resources.
Online portals, badongsan.com.vn, cho.com, though maybe mostly Vietnamese.
Yeah, that's a heads up. Also, estate agents for expats, Facebook groups.
Word of mouth, the classic. They even include a table with average one-bed rents in key districts. Useful.
Very useful for setting expectations. Okay, moving on employment.
The reason many people move, right? Common jobs. Teaching English is big. Need TFL usually.
Yep, language centers often hiring native speakers or jobs with international companies, marketing, IT, finance, but expect competition.
Makes sense. And visas, the tricky part.
You usually need a sponsor, your employer. They handle most of it, but you provide passport, qualifications, health check.
Main point seems to be get it sorted, check the latest rules, things change.
Absolutely. Crucial advice, especially from a company that's been facilitating these moves for so long. They know visas are non-negotiable.
And networking is key for finding jobs.
Definitely. Join groups, associations, go to events, use forums, be proactive, build connections.
Standard job hunting advice, but maybe even more important when you're new somewhere. Okay, got a place, got a job. How do you get around?
Transport. Public buses are cheap, but maybe crowded, routes unclear sometimes.
But there's a new metro line, which is progress. Google Maps is your friend here.
Pretty much. But the real story is a motorbike culture, right?
Oh yeah. Rent, buy, or use loco. Grab bike taxis. Lots of options.
But if you drive yourself, essential to have the right license, insurance, and practice somewhere quiet first.
Seriously. And navigating that traffic safely.
Non-negotiable tips, helmet, always. Be super aware, indicate, use your horn.
And crossing the street, walk slow, make eye contact. They say rules can be flexible.
More like guidelines sometimes. Expect the unexpected. Prioritize safety. It's a realistic, vital warning.
All that navigating makes you hungry. Local cuisine time.
Yes, must tries. Pho, obviously. Banh mi, goi kwan, fresh spring rolls, bun cha.
Yum. They encourage trying new things, asking locals. Best way to find gems.
Totally. And street food part of the experience. Their etiquette tips.
Look for busy stalls means fresh, popular. Watch the locals. Haggling sometimes okay, but be friendly.
Good practical advice for diving into the street food scene confidently. Move and Stay knows this is part of the real HCMC experience.
And dining out tips. Basic phrases help. Yin shao, cam on.
Be aware of hygiene, choose clean places. Tipping not required but appreciated. Rounding up is nice.
Little things that make interactions smoother.
Okay.
Serious topic, healthcare.
Crucial. Mix of public affordable, maybe crowded language barriers, and private.
Private means English-speaking staff, shorter waits, but higher cost. They mention FE Hospital, City International, Victoria Healthcare as popular expat choices.
Good to know the names. And pharmacies and clinics are available too.
But insurance is essential.
Absolutely. Choice between local Vietnamese plans cheaper, maybe less coverage support, and international plans.
International is more comprehensive, wider network. They mention LUMA as one option for expats there.
Yeah.
Key is compare plans.
Definitely. Making an informed choice based on your needs is vital. Peace of mind.
And they list emergency numbers. 115 for general emergency, 113 police, 114 fire, and register with your embassy.
Basic safety net stuff. Really important. Reflects Move in City's comprehensive approach.
Okay, last bit. Building a social life, connecting with people.
Yeah. Join expat communities, Facebook, Meetup, Internations. Easiest way initially.
And participate in local events. Good for culture and meeting people.
Art, music, food, language exchanges. Check local listings.
And just general advice. Be open, say yes, pursue hobbies, use social media, be patient, respect cultural differences.
Standard stuff for making friends anywhere, but good reminders for a new environment. It takes effort.
So wrapping it all up, this guide from Move and Stay gives a pretty solid, comprehensive first look, doesn't it?
It really does. From the buzz of the city and navigating motorbikes to cultural nuances and finding a place to live, it covers a lot of ground.
There's a lot to think about, for sure, but also seems like a really unique opportunity. The main takeaway for me, echoing Move and Stay's practical focus, feels like preparation, plus an open attitude.
That seems spot on. Be prepared, but be flexible and open to the experience.
Yeah. Now, obviously, a guide like this covers the basics, but it probably sparks way more specific questions.
Oh, definitely. Like the absolute latest on visas, or the fine print on motorbike insurance, or where exactly is the best pho in District 3.
Right. And that's good. It means you're thinking practically. Consider this deep dive your informed starting point, your nudge to dig deeper now.
So, the question for you, the listener, is what specific aspect of potentially living in Ho Chi Minh City has this sparked your curiosity about the most? What do you want to explore next?